Hey, thanks for tuning in, folks. Today I'm showing off some more CCJ. This is the start of a series where I hit all the CCJ characters, look at the character's profile, then do a match or two at the end. Today we're starting off with the poster girl of the series, Akagi Kagiko. The name Kagiko can roughly be translated to something like key girl or key kid, and her last name, Akagi, is just straight up red demon. Maybe it's a little on the nose, but hey, it's an arcade game. I don't think it has to be the deepest thing in the world. Her character introduction from the website tells us she's a high school girl who loves running. Her dreams of becoming the #1 track star were cut short by an accident, and she was brought to this sort of underworld area by the mascot character of the series, Yo-chan. The reason why she joined the games, as listed on the website, is she will do anything if it lets her run again, even if it means stomping on other people's dreams. This girl loves running. On the website, we also get some other little tidbits of information. She used to be on the track team, favorite class is gym, favorite food is bananas, she doesn't like protein, and her hobbies are running and collecting sneakers. Now let's look at a few matches using Kagiko. Since she's kind of the main character of the series, she's really easy to use, her abilities are really straightforward. In one of the matches, I get to show off her demon ability, which is pretty neat. It's like a really big smash. But we start off the round in demon mode here, so I'm going to follow the arrow and try and see if I can get this tag as quick as possible. This chase goes on a little longer than I would have liked here, but I get the tag in the end, and I try to move on to the next person, but my allies wrap it up before I can even get there, and we get our first chance at human mode. Going into human mode, I know that player is coming right up on me really quick. I end up getting the wall item, and I absolutely bungle the placement and timing of it, and I just end up getting slapped. Not a whole lot of progress in that human mode, and we're already back into Oni mode. Not a great start, but I finally get a chance to use Oni Kagiko's ability perfectly. This is that smash attack she does with her club, and it sends shards of the ground flying towards an enemy. It can go through walls, so basically what you want to do is predict where the enemy's going to go and shoot in that direction. I start off trying to prioritize keys and advancing the generators here, but I didn't really move optimally, and I just end up getting bopped. Back into Oni mode again. I end up getting 2 kills on characters that make the mistake of running into the center zone. I'm not sure what happened there. Sometimes, if the game does not get populated enough with other players, you might get 1 or 2 bots in the game mixed with players. I have a feeling maybe that's what happened here, because that behavior was real weird. I end up in that maze area. My 2 allies are chasing after the last guy to try and wrap up this Oni mode. I try and shoot one time with the special ability, miss it by a mile, but my allies end up wrapping it up and we go back to human mode. There's a witch-themed character on the enemy team who I'm pretty sure has the ability to change held items into these poison potions that stun you when used. I don't know how to evade this right now, or even if you can. I don't know what to do against this. So when I end up with the poison potion, it's really a pain in the ass to deal with. We pulled the 3 kills we need to get back to human mode pretty quickly this turn. Things might turn around. I spawned with that poison bottle, which I couldn't get rid of last turn. I immediately downed that just to get rid of the stun. I have to wait until that resolves and then I can keep moving. Kind of long chase starts off here with the witch character. I have the poison bottle in my hand, so if I use it, I get stunned and I'm dead. So it's kind of just raw running here. I make a few kind of slick moves around this little ledge. I jump and they mistime their swing and I completely manage to evade them somehow. Having kind of bad luck this round. Things are not going super great. They have almost double our percentage on the charge gauge. I run up to the generator and immediately get hit with the super ability from that character with the nails driven through her hands. I think that stuns you when you're in the little area of effect, and I just get decimated immediately. The enemy team this game have been so good at tagging us as quickly as possible. I think they're also really good at using their special abilities. The witch character obviously negates your items, and then the girl with the nails in her hands is really, really good too. So both of those abilities involve stun, which if you can't move, it's pretty easy to get tagged, and that's like the whole part of the game. So I think that those characters also are really, really strong. So far, I haven't really seen a character that I think has a bad ability, but I definitely think that those two are quite strong, just being able to stun you. The enemy team is at 100% now. We're not even past the halfway mark. This is not going great. We really got to keep them back here and hope for an overtime to get at least a draw. We managed to keep the enemy team out of the gate until overtime starts. Once overtime begins, if we wipe them all out, the game ends in a draw. We end up getting that draw, but I was able to seal the MVP, which is not terrible. That will advance my level and my rank a little bit. Could have hoped for the win, but that was not really great at the end there. But on the channel, I want to show off all aspects of the game, so I was kind of glad I was able to get the draw and at least break even there. Going into the second game here, this one will be a little bit less gameplay, commentary focused, and more about Kagiko and just CCJ as a whole. I think her design is pretty interesting. It's kind of wild to look at the first time you see her. Her hair is kind of a mess. Those little bows, I don't know, the ribbons on the back of her hair are crazy. Like, she has a million colors going on all over her outfit. It's hard to know where to look. But I think the hairpins are kind of neat. The key theme with her name and everything is pretty cool. I think the standard normal demon motif was a good idea. So I think she's a good main character overall. I think she fits in with everybody else, hitting that kind of like primary color of like red, green, and blue. So I think Kagiko's a pretty good, straightforward choice if you're going to play the game for the first time. To me, obviously, CCJ is a response to the popularity of this type of asymmetrical tag game that was popularized by Dead by Daylight. I think this crazy-ass, colorful anime girl-only style game has the potential to do well, but when the main characters look like this, when they look the way they do, maybe it's a harder sell to wider audiences, but I guess it has its place in arcades. I think Bomber Girl, which is the previous game released by this studio, is still doing pretty well, so I would imagine CCJ will also find its audience at some point, if it's not the same people who played Bomber Girl previously. I'm watching the footage back now, and during this match, I get like a million of these smoke bombs. I think they're really useful, but I personally prefer the feather or the soda. Because that feather gives you a really big jump that just lets you it's your get out of jail card whenever you need it. Here, I'm about to pull like 2 more of these smoke bombs in a row. I have no idea what to do when someone's directly behind me with the smoke bomb. Maybe you have to run back into it or something. But I just start chucking these things like it's going out of style. I don't know what the hell to do. But I somehow managed to get out of the way of 2 of these people chasing me. It does feel pretty cool when you're able to kind of outsmart or outmaneuver 2 people at once. But I don't know, I gotta figure out what to do with these bombs, because apparently the game loves to give me a million of these things. The game itself is relatively new, but I'm sure there are people out there who know the maps and how to traverse them effectively already, and they're probably really high ranked at the game. But I think even at any level, the game is a lot of fun. Picking a character you like, seeing both their forms, customizing them, learning their routes, using their abilities effectively, and just getting to play out in the arcade is a fun little day out. If you're out here in Japan or you're coming soon, please give it a shot. It's 100 yen, basically $1 for a fun 5 to 8 minute little round of tag. I think it's worth it if you got time to kill or just in the arcades and you see this crazy ass looking cabinet suddenly with a trackball for no reason. It's worth it. I recommend it. Only recently did I notice that other players were waiting for me to drop the shutter, wait for the stun to resolve on the floor, and then, as a demon, they would run up to the wall and then start smashing the hell out of it, and you could smash that like a glass after you swing, I think 2 or 3 times. I did it a few moments ago, but I think waiting for those shutters to be down and then smashing through and making openings, long hallways where you can catch the human players is a really valuable strategy. So when I can, I just walk through the maze and smash the shutters whenever possible. I haven't captured a lot of footage up close of the 3D models in the game, but there's a lot of really neat details in terms of like animation and how the model's texture, skin reacts. So when you're running, usually you have a certain expression. When you walk, your expression is different, and then when you do emotes or just stand, your expression is different as well. So their facial expressions are always changing. It's kind of a neat detail. There's a lot of stuff like that around the edges that you don't see when you're trying to sprint around the map a million miles an hour, but there's some attention to detail that's kind of neat in this game. I was really, really surprised. When you're waiting in matchmaking, you can really pick apart and see a lot of that stuff if you walk around and go at different speeds. So we're getting close to the end of the game here. We are at 100%. We basically want to bop them 3 times, switch back to human mode, and make a quick exit to wrap this up for the win. So our team is in position to take it. We just need to make our way to the exit, hopefully grab items on the way. I pop a capsule, and surprise, it's another smoke bomb. Get these all day long. I managed to use it to some effect, I don't know. I do some ninja shit, and I make it into the exit for the win there. Chuck up some deuces with the girl. I didn't get MVP this round, but I got to be the one that helped us get the win there at the end, so I can't complain. But that's going to wrap it up for today. Thanks so much for staying tuned to the end. I hope you enjoyed this video, talking about Akagi a little bit, showing off some gameplay. I have the next in the series in the chamber getting ready, so please stay tuned for that. And stay safe out there, y'all. I'll see you around.